Happy Halloween, and welcome to another episode of the Horror Nights Gauntlet special report. My name is Dakota, and today we are joined by Lauren, who is usually behind the camera, and today she is in front of it. And going forward, we're hoping to kind of do these together. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. There has been a Horror Nights 31 announcement. It's pretty appropriate. Halloween Horror Nights 31. Everyone's kind of been making the connection, like 31 Halloween. Let's dive into that. So would you like to do the honors and read the description, the thing?
Is it just that first paragraph?
You know what? Since these are so short, why don't you read them both?
Oh, God. I don't know if I can. All right. So the official description for the Halloween house this year is gather your friends and visit Haddonfield, Illinois, where Michael Myers is about to don his mask and embark on his first brutal spree. Silent, merciless, relentless. He is the embodiment of pure evil. You don't want to go alone as you go back to where it all began. This year, step into the original 1978 horror classic, Halloween.
And then there's a little more. On both coasts, this year's harrowing experiences will transport guests to the infamous town of Haddonfield, Illinois, on Halloween night, where Michael Myers first donned his notorious mask to embark on his brutal rampage. As guests make their way through this dilapidated home and iconic scenes from the movie, they'll narrowly dodge attacks from the knife-wielding Myers as he stalks their every move. Myers is the embodiment of pure evil who unleashes terror at every turn, and guests will quickly realize that he will stop at nothing and no one to take his bloody revenge. So, how do we feel?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
I love Halloween.
I love this. I was gonna say I love this franchise. I love a lot of this franchise. I feel like, everyone's gonna expect me to come kicking the door down with a hot take, fuck Halloween, fuck Michael Myers. And he's not my favorite slasher. And I feel like there's a big chunk of movies in the middle that I just don't give a shit about. But I really like Michael. I think he's probably he's still maybe he's on 4. I'm not Freddy and Chucky. I know for a lot of people Michael's the number one.
It's just I feel like all the other slashers, I don't necessarily have to watch those films every Halloween, but I have to watch Halloween.
I'm not as excited. I would have been really excited, obviously, if it was Halloween 3. I would have been really excited if it was the new trilogy. I'm regular excited. If there's 10 houses and if the spec map is to be believed, this is probably the bottom of my anticipation. But that's not to discredit what it is. It's just kind of out of we've just seen it a lot.
Yeah,
we've seen it. We've seen it in 2014, this specific version, the original film. Mm-hmm. Then we saw it again together in California the next year in 2015.
Yep.
And then we saw Halloween again in Orlando in 2016.
Yep.
And then again in Orlando in 2018. And we saw it together again in Hollywood in 2018. So we've seen it 5 times. So it's nothing personal if you're really hyped for this. I just, I've seen a lot of Halloween.
To be fair, I always feel that way, where I feel like it's usually on the bottom of my hype list, but then once I'm experiencing the house, it usually ends up top.
Texas Chainsaw last year was bottom for me before the event, and then I ended up really loving the house, which you wouldn't know because I haven't posted a review. But yeah, it's that's coming. Okay, but speaking of Texas Chainsaw, if that is the vibe. Mm-hmm. I'm very into that. I know a lot of, I don't want to sound like I'm gatekeeping. I know a lot of new fans haven't seen it and they're really excited. And I'm obviously a grumpy old man and I don't really give a shit. But it's just that I just don't want to do the exact same thing again. I just kind of personally feel like if you missed it, you missed it. That is the nature of Halloween Horror Nights. If you missed it, you missed it. However, if you're going to bring an IP back like this, and it is the specific movie, the original Halloween movie, I would personally appreciate if it were like remixed in some kind of way, the way that the last year's Texas Chainsaw House was remixed.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely fair.
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about the trailer.
Also, because I wasn't here for the last one, I don't know if anybody else has pointed it out or it bothered them that guy comes out of that movie theater FaceTiming that girl.
It's like daytime on her phone.
And it's daytime on her phone.
Drives me crazy.
And I'm like, okay, they're like separate, like across like, you know, the continent, whatever the fuck.
Baby, they filmed both of these at Universal Studios, Florida.
At Universal Studios, Florida.
But she's like, I'll see you later tonight.
At Universal Studios, Florida.
So I'm like, you're not in different time zones. Like, it should be dark in both places.
At Universal Studios, Florida.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Sorry.
I was like, I do really appreciate that everyone's theory that these would be interconnected little, like, short films. I like that is true.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the last announcement a little bit more just because I thought the monsters coming through the posters was kind of cooler.
Yeah.
A lot of people are speculating, like, okay, the snacker was set up. He had a character in his video. She was, what was it? The
skeptic.
The skeptic. She was the skeptic. I've seen a few people be like, oh, is the dog the star of the next commercial? And I fucking hope it is.
That would be great, actually.
I really hope. I hope the dog runs into the weekend. Yeah, like if the dog ran out the door and like, I don't know, the scary man from the Black Phone showed up. The dog runs out the door and it's fucking Fitz Vaughn.
I would actually really love the dog because I did like how they were connecting the little teasers. I also wasn't on Twitter yesterday because I found that kitten at work, so I was fucking dealing with it all day.
How big is that kitten?
Well, it's got a foster now.
That's too bad.
Oh,
see, can you imagine if we did this whole episode with a kitten walking around
on
the fucking
God. Do we think that they'll make these little teasers for original houses?
No. I wish. I think that died in 2019. I think for whatever reason, current management isn't interested in promoting the originals. Yeah, I don't know. Because, okay, like, 2018, I distinctly remember, like, we were getting, like, little animated logos. Like, not a whole trailer. I don't need a trailer for an original house, but I would very much appreciate announcements for original houses. I thought, I don't know, dumping them all at like the end of the promo period just kind of feels like they don't matter, and
yeah,
I feel like most
they're always my favorites.
Yeah, I feel like they're like most people who go regular, like your average guest or whatever, they don't care.
Yeah,
but like I feel like most people who really go and people who are fans really love the originals. I think they deserve a little bit more credit than they're getting, but whatever. An idiot.
And drinking alcohol is not gonna help.
Oh, Lord God.
Also,
okay.
Do I look like a mess? Because my hair is going to be like...
Your hair is laid smooth and your skin is clear and you look hydrated. And I've been in the sun all day. I like the logo with Michael in like that doorway.
Post.
It's also the shirt.
Okay, yeah.
Is like Michael.
Nice.
I think you're supposed to be like, you're like looking through the closet like you're Lori.
Okay.
So I think that's cool. I actually really like the logo. I think it's very
really
dramatic. Nice. I didn't talk about really the merch very much last week. Do you people care about that? There's a shirt. I didn't order it. I might. I don't know. They're still doing Christmas ornaments for the Halloween event.
I'm also just like, how many Halloween shirts do you have?
I mean, this one. I have one from 24, and I have not bought any other Halloween shirts, actually.
Okay.
So, apparently the only reason this didn't happen yesterday was because the t-shirts didn't arrive in time. That's what I've heard. T-shirts dictating announcements. Michael Myers. Here's the thing. Halloween is a movie that genuinely feels like Halloween Horror Nights to me. So even if I'm like not that excited, I'm still excited. And I know I'm going to be obsessed with it and I'm going to love it. And like not to spoil the show at all, but like the original house is ranked very high. I'm sure that is a surprise to absolutely no one who did it. Or to anyone who just pays attention to the houses that people feel strongly about. So like, it's not a secret. Like I loved that house. I've seen a lot of Mr. Myers.
At Universal Studios Florida.
Do you think that means that this house has to work harder to like get you to like it? Because that first house was great. The facade was just
The facade
fantastic.
with the projection mapping.
Oh yeah.
The rumor is it's in a soundstage.
Okay.
So, which I mean, it's funny because I'm really not a Texas Chainsaw fan, and I wasn't crazy about the one in 2007. Spoiler alert. I wasn't crazy about the one in 2016. It was good, but I wasn't wild about it. I just don't really care about that franchise. But then the one in the soundstage, really liked. But I feel like, okay, even like at its worst, like I still have like, I mean, I feel like Universal has actually a pretty good track record with Halloween. I just thought Halloween 4 in Florida was absolute trash.
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was trash. It was fine. I don't know, like those like kind of like big guys in masks, that always scares me, and
Okay, yeah.
I'm a little scaredy cat, and I enjoy getting scared at horror nights.
What are you hoping for?
I would just like it to be, I would love it to be like claustrophobic and like kind of how, I don't know, I really liked Texas Chainsaw last year, so if they did something similar with that, even if it's in a soundstage, like.
I think what I loved about the first Halloween is that it felt clean. Does that make sense? Like it was just clean living rooms and like carpet and like clean like it's just like suburban. This sounds so weird and specific, but something about that, like I feel like you do a Halloween Horror Nights house and everything is always really dirty, and like there's been a lot of scenic paint on it to like age it and dirty it up, and like you would just walk into like these pristine living rooms and like pristine houses, and like that's very the vibe of the movie. And
Through his dilapidated home.
okay,
And iconic
so
scenes.
yeah, but his house is dilapidated.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like.
I would imagine it. I don't want to hold my breath and think it's going to be something different. It's probably mostly the house we got in 2014 with a slightly different layout. But I can hope, I can wish, I can dream.
But I mean, I'm excited too because Halloween is just such an iconic Halloween movie. Like I can't go a Halloween season without watching it. It's like a comfort film.
And it fits that 31, like if that is truly the aesthetic that the rumors, however we feel about rumors. If that's true, you know, that is definitely very the vibe for what people think this season is going to feel like, at least. So you weren't here for the last special report where I, at 1:00 in the morning, recorded by myself. So I feel like we should just get your opinions on Legends Collide.
I'm very excited. I mean, I'm very excited for any Universal Monster House. I haven't seen The Wolfman, so I'll definitely have to watch that. And The Mummy. I haven't seen The Mummy either.
I watched The Mummy for the first time in my life like 3 days ago.
I own it,
Yeah.
but I haven't watched it yet. I've owned both.
I've got that like mega monster set.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Christmas gift.
Well, yeah, they had like a Universal Monster sale on Voodoo, so I'll punch them. But yeah, so I've definitely seen Dracula, but I have not seen The Wolfman or The Mummy, so now that's on my
The to-do list.
for
It sounds cool.
this year.
Sounds like a very mummy focused, but also including.
That would be great. I would love a mummy like focused house.
Same. So let us know what you guys think of Halloween coming to HHN 31. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Have you experienced any of the Halloween houses before? And what are you looking forward to next from the announcement season? Are you completely on board with the spec map? Do you believe it 100%? Are you have your fingers crossed for, you know, Stranger Things or something? Let us know, and you can always help me out by ringing the notification bell and pushing the subscribe button, and you know, sprinkling me into the algorithm just a little bit. I feel like these are so short that I like don't even know how to organize one. I don't know how you people regularly put content out about these and talk for 45 minutes. Like, what is there to say?
Well, I mean, I think that there's more to say, too, if it's not a house you've seen 6 times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess I can ask you guys. I mean, would you like us to like dive deep into a franchise the next time one is announced? I mean, like, you know, I thought about like, oh, we could rank all of the Halloween movies, and I was like, I don't want to do that. That's like 12 movies. But I mean, like, I would. Yeah, so I don't know. We're still kind of figuring out what Special Report is and how it's structured. But I wanted to at least pop in and like give our thoughts, or just our very brief thoughts on Halloween, no subtitle. God, how many people do you think are going to walk in and think they're getting like Halloween 2018? God help you if you aren't on the internet, I guess, and walking in. Because they're like... Yeah. I mean, when it was Halloween 4, they put the 4 on it.
They did.
But when it was Halloween 2, they did not put the 2 on it. Nothing is consistent. Everything is in question. No one knows what's going on. And thank you for watching the Horror Nights Gauntlet, only on Cathode Coaster.
At Universal Studios, Florida.